right back over to Tommy to hear about the news of the weird. Right after this commercial, we'll be right back with Gabriel Lee, a short film writer and star. We're back with Gabriel Lee, writer, star, director of a documentary, and a JMU student. A lot on your resume.
Yeah, sophomore WRCC major, and what I want to do in life, I want to be a motivational speaker. So right now I'm trying to, establish a platform for myself. So when I came back, I said I wanted to create this film, and luckily I found David Bidner, and we've been working on it ever since.
So tell me more about this short film, length, what is it about, what's it called?
Well, it's a short film. Right now the title's Mind and Body. We don't know if we're going to change that yet because we're looking for something to really capture what the documentary is about. Well, short film, excuse me. That word keeps floating around, but it's a short film. Really, I saw a problem in life, and specifically on this campus, with balancing mental and physical health. I saw that people were either, excuse me, for one or for the other. And I really realized this problem when I was in the gym. I was just walking around and I was seeing how monotonous working out was and how people weren't really enjoying it. Then I saw the same problem in the library, and I just thought, wow, a lot of the times people glorify one of these things and neglect the other. And I think for just wellness and health overall, we need to have a good balance of both of them.
Great. So what message do you have for people trying to find their passion in life?
I was having lunch with my friend Brian the other day, and he was having problems. He was just not motivated. He wasn't going to class, and he said, look, man, I'm just not enjoying life right now. He said, I'm perfectly content with just living a moderately exciting life and just, dying a moderately rich man. And I said, I mean, that's great, but I personally think that if you don't spend, all the time in your life and if that's not dedicated to helping other people, then you've basically wasted your existence. And he kind of agreed with me, and I said, if you're really struggling finding your passion, you really want to look at something that truly bothers you about not just society, but humanity alone. And you just want to go and say, that bothers me to the point where I just want to change that. And it has to almost be like an itch. And one of the things that I'm really passionate about is provoking conscious thought. And I see that a lot with people our age, not even our age, just everyone in general. And we kind of just muddle through life, and we don't truly be grateful or even acknowledge certain things that are going on. And I just want people to think, and I want people to be aware of everything that's going on. I think that's how we can solve a lot of the issues today. And that's what the documentary is really trying to hit at in the long run. Short film, excuse me.
So I'm getting a feel that you're really into education and learning more about your environment. So tell me what education means to you. Why is it so important?
There's a quote that leads into the Forbes Center, if you've ever been in the tunnel, and it says, knowledge will forever govern ignorance. And I truly believe that. I think that at the end of the day, people who have knowledge and education and learning will always be on top. And I think that's not the solution to a lot of our problems, but like I said earlier, it's simply acknowledging certain things that are issues. And once we acknowledge that, sometimes it just makes a world of a difference. Because, for example, things like global warming, we have problems with people even acknowledging that right now. So things like that can't get changed until people even say, this is a problem, this needs to be fixed. So I think education does that for a lot of people. You start to see, well, this world is not all fine and dandy like I once thought. And I think that's why people at JMU, people at other colleges should always value that and keep striving to improve themselves.
So going off that, do you think our generation is a lost cause in being mindful, or is there any hope for turnaround?
I don't think that. A lot of people, I watch a lot of things, a lot of talk shows, and people always come on and say, man, back in my day, we had the good music, everything was good, clean and wholesome. And if you look at the course of history, you'll find that is simply just not the case. I think that humanity is the same. Since the start of time, we're dealing with the same problems of greed, pride, lust, whatever you want to call it. We all have those traits in us, those certain inequities in life, if you will. And it's not the the problems that have changed. It's just the circumstances. And I think that with this generation, we're seeing circumstances that we've never seen before, certain technologies that have never existed and make things totally different. So I wouldn't say that this generation is lost. And if you even go back, 50s, 60s, people were saying, Elvis and that devil music, and every generation likes to live in nostalgia, but it's just what we like to do as humans. We like to think that when we were, I guess, of youth, we were better and we had it right, and that's simply not the case. And once again, history, that's why education is so important, because you could see these themes going back all the way to Socrates. When he was put to death, one of the charges that he was put to death on was corrupting the youth. And this is someone we hold as a great philosopher of our time. And back then, everyone's saying, no, your ideas are so radical that it's going to change the world and you're corrupting the youth. And we see the same things today. So I don't think we're lost. I just think that we need to stop living in nostalgia. And the way to solve that, I think, is for every generation to recognize, hey, we do have problems and we need to do something to change them.
So I can tell you're really great at speaking. You really have stuff to back up. What made you want to be a motivational speaker?
Well, I came into the college with the aspirations of making a lot of money, and I was a quantitative finance major for about a semester, and that didn't work because I'm not as good as math as I once thought. So I kind of had to reevaluate my life, and it was always in the back of my head, but it wasn't really practical at the time. But then I realized at a place like this, you really have enough resources to kind of culture yourself and mold yourself to do that. So now I'm a WRTC major with a theater minor, and I'm hoping one day I could actually speak to people. But videos right now is my way of reaching people, but hopefully one day I could speak to people in the masses live.
So going back to that, what's the progress of your short film right now?
Right now we have done a lot of filming. We've used many people from JMU's campus. A lot of the people starring in, of course me, but a lot of people starring in the video are actually students here at JMU. We use a lot of facilities at JMU. And right now we're filming and we're still directing some stuff. And hopefully we'll have it all done, filming in a couple weeks and be editing at some point. And I want to release it before the semester's over. So that's the goal. But as always, we run into difficulties and everything. But the goal is to have it out pretty soon. So
I know you said earlier off stage, you told me you don't have class till 12. So now maybe with this extra time, you can start editing and everything.
Yeah, I'm not really that's not my thing. That's David's thing, and he's a very busy guy. Mm-hmm. So hopefully he can do some editing today or something. But yeah, I'm very excited. I hope people at JMU are very excited to see it. If they want to see it, they could do me a huge favor and go on Facebook and like my page for it. It's called GB, all capital letters, space, Lee, L-E-E, all capital letters too. And give that page a like, and that'll be great.
Well, thank you. You heard it here from Gabriel Lee. We'll be right back after this commercial break with our musical guests. Joining us this morning on Madison Live, special thanks to Gabriel Lee and to Cy Doby. We'll see you the same time next week.